Living Amid Dust and Enjoying the Way. By Tran Nhan Tong. Translated into English by Nguyen Giac. Note: the following is not a poem, it is long-form prose composed by King Tran Nhan Tong, 1258–1308, who founded the Truc Lam Zen school. This rhythmic prose has 10 sections, gradually showing the way of Truc Lam Zen. At the end of the prose is a 4-line poem that summarizes his Zen teachings. The Vietnamese version used here comes from the works of the Zen master Thich Thanh Tu, born in 1924, who has revived and popularized Truc Lam Zen in Vietnam these days, and whose works I am indebted to.
Living amid dust and enjoying the way. First section. I sit in the city, feel like a monk in mountains and forests. See all karma calming down, and enjoy the peaceful self-nature. For a half-day, the body and mind are fully at ease. The river of desire and attachment dries out. I don't remember any beloved gem or precious jewelry. The sound of right and wrong becomes quiet. I now hear unrestricted the swallows chattering and the robins singing. Many people enjoy boating on clear rivers. Others, hiding in green mountains. Everybody sees that the cherry flowers are pink, and the willow trees are green. However, few realize the true color. The silver moon, with its blue light, shines brightly all over the river of meditation. The sun of wisdom lights up all things. The gentle willow trees, and the beautiful flowers. If you want to fly, just change your bones and ask for the medication from deities. If you want longevity, just go to heaven where they make the elixir of life. Though I read the book of changes for pleasure, I treasure the bright nature of the mind more than all the jewelry. Since I read and appreciate the Buddhist scriptures, I cherish the mind of no thought more than all the gold.
Second section. Just know that. Just realize the mind, there is no other way. This is the way to calm the mind. Keep the bright nature of mindfulness. Stop the false thoughts. Just watch the thoughts fade away unmistakably. When not a thought of self and others arises in your mind, you will see the true appearance of the diamond mind. When not a thought of greed and hatred arises in your mind, you will see clearly the mind of perfect enlightenment. The Pure Land is the pure mind. Don't be doubtful, don't ask for the direction to the west. Amitabha is the bright nature of the mind. Thus, you don't need to work hard to come to the land of great bliss. Be mindful of your body and mind. Train yourself to live in the nature of mindfulness. And don't boast in any way. Be moral. Fight against the impermanence. And don't cling to fame and wealth. Eat fruits and vegetables. Fear the karma of eating, and don't be picky about foods despite their bitter or spicy flavor. Wear simple fabrics, be mindful of the body. And don't be anxious about clothes despite their black or white color. If you live happily with morality, 1/2 of your hut will be more precious than any heavenly palace. If you cherish constantly kindness and righteousness, 3 pieces of tile from your roof are more admirable than any castle.
Third section. If you understand the mind, then all misconduct becomes empty, and the practice has no obstacles. Treasure the bright nature of the mind, and don't go astray. Study and practice yourself, always in the right way. Buddha is the mind, just ask for the response from Matu. Ignore all the riches and forms. Just learn the behavior from layman Bang. Living with the bright nature of the mind. I cling to nothing. To neither any wealth nor can view Yen Tu mountain. Being mindful of what I see and hear. I have no running thoughts. And don't need to sit in sand temple on Dong mountain. Those who live amid the dust and practice well the way will have the best admirable merits. Those who live in forests and don't know the way will have the misfortune of wasting time. You should vow to find an enlightened master and learn studiously from him. The fruit of Bodhi may become ripe in just one night. It is a rare opportunity to meet an enlightened practitioner. It takes many lifetimes to see an Udambara tree blooming.
Fourth section. Just believe and watch. If you know the one mind, all delusions will be gone. After transforming the 3 poisons, you will realize the 3 bodies. To cut the shackles from the 6 senses, you have to tame the 6 rebels. If you want to change your bone structure to become a Taoist immortal, find and learn to make the sacred medicines. If you ask me about the way of true emptiness, I will respond, simply do not run away from or cling to sounds and forms. Know the true suchness, and believe in the wisdom, hence, you won't search any more for Buddha in the west or east. Realize the true appearance, and understand the inaction way, hence, you don't need to toil to ask for the Zen classics in the south or north. Read the teachings from 3 baskets. Follow the rule book of Zen garden. Burn the 5 kinds of incense. No need to spend on sandalwood incense. You are no different from Sakya Buddha when you cultivate the mind of kindness and righteousness, and practice the way and the virtues. You are truly Maitreya Bodhisattva when you keep the precepts and have no thoughts of envy and desire.
Fifth section. And then you know. The Buddha is in the house. You don't need to search afar. You are looking for the Buddha because you neglect the source. When you realize the nature of awareness, you will then know that the Buddha is you. Once you understand 5 Zen sentences, you will know how to relax playfully in the unbounded country. Once you understand 3 Buddhist sutras, you will know how to sit leisurely at the border of the limitless land. When you practice the way and don't cling to the senses, you are sitting in the scripture school and passing through the patriarch gate. Thus, avoid the right and wrong, cling not to sounds and forms, and beware of turning loose while walking through miles of willow trees and paths of flowers. The Buddha is kind and compassionate. I vow to be near and learn from him for countless lifetimes. The emperor is generous and tolerant. Once you enter his royal court, you will have no past burdens. Though sewn or patched, the clothes and blankets still keep you warm over the seasons. Though white or brown, the cooked rice and gruel still keep you full or less hungry. Don't lock the 8 consciousnesses, or depress the 8 winds. The more oppression, the more resistance. Understand the 3 mysteries, then expand the 3 essential principles. After cutting a piece of diamond, polish it. The guitar originally has no strings. Use it to play the song of the unborn mind. The flute has no holes. Use it to play the song of peace. Don't pass up the root to search for the branches. I am very sorry that the elder Kachi still has 1 finger for you to cling to. Don't mistakenly think the mirror steals your head. I would laugh at Yajanadada. Once you are in the diamond cage, you will know that the practice is not hard. Then safely, you can swallow the bamboo prickles.
Sixth section. That's true. Live with the empty mind, then, you will naturally enter the way. Once the 3 karmas stop, your body and mind will be peaceful. Once you attain the one mind, you will understand the patriarch's teachings. Beware that only stray Zen folks grasp the texts and dig for meanings, and see that only skillful monks can realize the principle and know how to live the way. Asking about the unholy and the holy? I now say that the rain leaks through fabric curtains, and bounces away from the walls. Asking about the great vehicle and the small one? I now say frankly and briefly that one is a string to thread through the coins, and the other a rope to pull up a bucket of water from the well. Realize that the mind is shining bright constantly. Hence, don't worry about when the time comes for you to enter the way. Just nurture the bright nature of the mirror continuously. Hence, don't be disturbed by the senses and their objects. If the gold still has impurities from the ore, you have to cast it 9 more times, and forge it 9 more times. Thus, all the wealth cannot make a thought of desire arise from you, who lives happily with simple meals, though vegetables, or gruel. Those who keep all the precepts purely in mind and in appearance are the bodhisattvas adorning the universe. Those who serve the king loyally and their parents respectfully are the virtuous persons. You, the meditators, have to be selective about good friends for whom you are willing to die to repay their assistance. You, learners of the way, have to revere the masters to whom you have no ways to return the gratitude even if your bones are crushed and ground.
Seventh section. Thus, that's true. The more you practice, the more you know that Buddhist teachings are very precious. When ignorance is gone, you will see the mind's essence more clearly. When affliction disappears, you will immerse yourself in the way and morality. Read the sutra inside your heart. Then you will see the traces of Buddha's words. Study the responses from patriarchs. Then you will know it's not hard to enter the way. Realize the root of mind, wash away all worldly circumstances, and don't let even a speck of dust remain. Knock the flagpole down, know and see completely. And don't let any affliction linger in mind. Kindle the flame of enlightenment. And burn down the forest of false views from the past. Wield the sword of wisdom. And sweep away all the passions now still hovering. Be grateful to the Buddha, hold dear your parents. Revere the masters, and learn the way. Appreciate Lord Gautama, eat no animals. Keep the precepts, and be vegetarian. To cherish his kindness, vow to be near and learn from him for countless lifetimes. To show gratitude for being saved, prefer to die 1,000,000 times bitterly than to live without the Dharma. If you uphold righteousness and live the way constantly, you are truly good even if you have only incense and flowers for the offering. If your words proclaim faith but your mind is immoral, you are truly bad even if you present offerings of gold and jewels.
Eighth section. Thus, that's true. Practice skillfully, and never quit learning. Shake away the consciousness. And don't let it latch onto the mind. Be patient to watch the false thoughts fade away, and don't let any of them hover around. Those who get drunk with power and fame are all naive. Those who gather merit and wisdom are all wise. Build bridges and roads, enhance temples and shrines, adorn the world outside, and practice with the actual phenomena. Hunt for the mind of joy and detachment, nurture the mind of kindness and compassion, attain liberation in mind, and constantly read the sutra inside your heart. Tame your mind to become a Buddha. And toil to polish it constantly. Just like sifting through sand to find gold. You have to pick and choose so many times. Read the Buddha's words, investigate patriarchs' words, and practice the teachings all along. Revere the Buddha, cultivate yourself and avoid any error though as slight as a thread of silk or a strand of hair. Understand all the Dharma sayings, then, not one thought of fear would arise in your mind. Guard your senses skillfully, then, the 8 winds could not move you.
Ninth section. Thus, now I tell you. The teaching methods used by patriarchs are very different, but they will lead you to the same gate. If you talk only about the days after Matu, then you miss a previous incident when Bodhidharma met Luang Vyuda. The merit from good deeds are all empty. Those who don't understand this are all clinging to delusions and making more mistakes. Since the words vast emptiness and don't know were spoken, they have been echoing in the ears of ignorant persons. Bodhidharma was born in India, died in Shaolin Temple, and pretended to be buried at the foot of the Hung Nhi mountain. Some generations later, a poem was written on a wall of that temple, saying that the human body was the Bodhi tree and that the mind was a luminous mirror. The elder Vuong wielded a sword and killed a cat, clearing all doubtful thoughts about the head monk. The Zen master Tu Ho pretended to whistle to his dog to test the responses from younger generations. The rice at Lulang market was very expensive. Nobody was allowed to haggle. The walkways in Thach Dau's monastery were so slippery. It was hard to come there to ask for the way. Fa Tao took down the banners, trampling divine signs to save the kitchen god. Ka Chi moved a finger, using the old style from his master. Lam Te's sword and Bai Ma's crutch were handled freely to show the way for the asking monks. Doan's lion and Hugh's buffalo appeared to warn the arrogant Buddhists. Lifting a fan and moving a bamboo rod were all means to see whether the learners had understood. Throwing a ball or handing a dipper was just a means for Dharma friends to demonstrate their understanding. Thuyen Tu moved a paddle, though the time had not yet come for the Green River to take him in for purification. Dao Ngo swung a tablet, while the ghosts confused him with a strange spirit. Van Yen's dragon swallowed the universe, scaring the observers. Ngea Tun's snake lay across the world, spreading rumors afar. The cypress is the mind. Don't mistake that for the eastern direction. The boy Ben Din is fire. Don't mistake that for the northern direction. Though Tri Yu Chao served tea and Theoduong gave cakes, many Zen practitioners still feel hungry. Despite having rice fields in Tao Ki and gardens in Theodad, the monks still leave them untamed. Long ago a monk became enlightened when dropping a bundle of firewood or when kindling a flame of a lamp. This was because he had absorbed a great doubt for the truth. Long ago a monk got enlightenment when seeing the cherry flower or when hearing a pebble strike a bamboo tree. This was because he had calmly watched his senses for long.
10th section. The patriarchs all realized the one emptiness, despite their different personality traits. The responses from patriarchs hide no secrets. It is just that your mind has something to cling to and get trapped in. The monks from Hinayana could not understand well, though the Buddha did not separate the perfect nirvana from an illusory citadel. The bodhisattvas realized the way and attained liberation, whether they lived in forests or in the city. Wild mountains and serene forests are places where the recluses enjoy living. Quiet temples and peaceful shrines are scenes where the practitioners go strolling. Those riding high horses under large sunshades would not win the respect from Hell Master. Those living in jewel palaces or in golden castles would meet many beloved persons in hell. Desiring power and fame, and clinging to the sense of self and others are the thoughts that keep people unenlightened. Living in the way and morality, and transforming body and mind are the works that make people enlightened. While the eyebrows are horizontal, the nose is vertical. Human faces are different but have the same structural principle. While the holy watch, the unholy play with thoughts. The distance is thousands of miles away. Thus, listen to the following poem. Living amid the dust and enjoying the way. You should let all things take their course. When hungry, just eat. When tired, just sleep. The treasure is in your house, don't search any more. Face the scenes, and have no thoughts. Then you don't need to ask for Zen. By Tran Nhan Tong, 1258–1308. Thank you for listening to The Way of Zen in Vietnam.